with the kind of sales that we're getting, the business would have gone under. There's no doubt about it. We're actually going to be talking about how much money we made in August.
My bits were in the crack of the sofa.
Hello.
You alright?
You're working.
Well, I'm waiting for the heat thing to do, but I am working, yeah.
I mean, I haven't even had a shower or anything yet.
I know, I work harder than you do.
You do. What time is it? 9:53. Okay,
Yeah, but I've already printed a load of stuff, see there?
Right.
What's Bestie do?
Checking on the strawberry plant.
Oh, okay.
But and there's a reason why I'm not turning the camera around is because I don't want to scare people while they might be having their dinner. But in my defence...
Why would they be having their dinner at this time in the morning?
Well, no, when they're watching this, it's going to be 5 o'clock on a Sunday.
Oh yeah, okay.
I mean, they could be watching it at any time, but you know, anyway.
It's not live then?
No, it's not live.
I better put my trousers back on. No, I'm joking.
Right, so I have been working out, I've been doing the accounts.
Oh shit, don't come in with bad news. No, fucking don't come in with bad. It's too early, it's like 9 o'clock.
No, I haven't finished yet, but I am looking at the pricing because what I didn't realise is the last load of pet tags I bought, because I couldn't buy very many, they cost a lot more. Yeah, I think I need you to start consulting me on these things.
You mean you
I
need to start?
consult you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I nothing to do with tags. I didn't even know how much they cost or where they come from. I just put dogs' faces on them.
Brilliant.
Check out some of these dogs.
Okay, let's have a look.
That's a thing.
Wow, look at them!
I know, cool beans.
Aren't they pretty?
Yep.
Anyway, I came out here to do a stock take.
Cool.
Because I need to
Get on with it.
I need to figure out how many more pet tags to order.
Cool.
Oh, that's not good. David's curse has struck again. Sold this game on eBay. He picked it up. Everything fell on the floor. He was very good though. Kept his temper. So I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I'm screaming my life inside, but
So I will find everything. Don't worry, it'll be fine. So I was talking in last week's vlog about the profitability of our individual items and how when I look at my spreadsheet, they are profitable. But of course, one of the major factors that you need to consider when it comes to profitability of items or profitability of business in general is your overheads. Now, as you know, if you've watched our journey, we have drastically reduced our overheads. If we had remained as we were with the kind of sales that we're getting, the business would have gone under. There's no doubt about it. So in order to protect the business, we have drastically reduced our outgoings. And I'm a little bit annoyed with myself, to be honest, because we should have done this years ago. I knew in my gut that David was right when he said we need to give up the unit, but I kept thinking, oh, maybe things will change, maybe things will improve. I'll be honest, I think because of the ADHD, there's so much now that I understand about myself now that I'm sort of reading more about this. The idea of having to move the business back home felt like such a monumentally overwhelming task that I just couldn't even have the brain space for. I decided to just ignore it and be like, no, let's not do that. And it was to the detriment of the business. And I should have listened to David. And if we'd have come home sooner, maybe Phoebe wouldn't have had to have left when she did. I've realised that one of the real benefits of having an employee, and obviously Phoebe was a particularly good employee. I mentioned her, we've had lots of employees over the years, but she's the one that was with us all the way through the longest. Our first employee right the way through to the end. She was like my overflow brain. So we would sit down, we'd have meetings, we'd throw ideas around. And then if I had an idea, I'd be like, oh, what if we did like this or this design or this style? And she'd just do it. She'd come back to me later. She'd be like, is this what you meant? And I'd be like, yes, it's like you're inside my brain. That's exactly what I meant. And she was almost like where that part of my brain I realize now it's called the executive function part of my brain, just couldn't get the idea and the creation out. She could do it for me. And I kind of lent on that like a crutch, because it was easier. It was easy to be able to go, oh, I've had this great idea, and somebody go, ta-da, and I'm like, brilliant. That was amazing. And I think that was the other thing as well. I knew that in moving back home, it would make things more difficult for Phoebe, like travel-wise and stuff like that, and she would be less likely to stay with us. I think probably the move wasn't as bad as we all thought it was going to be, but by that point, the situation was too dire. And now it's got to the point where it's difficult to sustain David and I, which obviously is not brilliant. But I realised yesterday where I've been going wrong. So I had a real great hyper focus morning yesterday, and I sat down, I started doing the accounts, started doing the figures, I started looking at the profitability of all of the different items. And I mentioned in last week's vlog about volume and how it was really important to have enough volume of sales in order to be profitable, because you could, let's say for example, you buy in, let's say you buy a figurine and it costs you £5, and you're selling that figurine for £15. So theoretically on paper you're making £10. But then you factor in, so in our case, the VAT, you factor in credit card charges, if you've got a shop, rent, wages, all that stuff. Well, suddenly you're not making £10 anymore. You're making more like £4.50 or whatever, And then it means in order to be able to cover all of your fixed costs, you have to sell X amount of that figurine in order for you to be actually profitable. And that's where we are at the moment. We've got ourselves into a bit of a hole where I am so tightly keeping an eye on the finances that I can't really afford to advertise. And that in itself presents a problem, because what I don't want to do is try some advertising angles where I end up just throwing my money away, and it doesn't result in sales. So I use Etsy ads because Etsy ads work, but that then means that it makes Etsy not as profitable as it could be, because we're spending almost as much money on ads as we are on the commission each month. So it actually makes it one of our more expensive platforms. But we do get more international sales on there, which we don't pay VAT on. So it's like swings and roundabouts. At the moment, our least profitable platform is not the high street, because the commission is high and we don't get as many sales. Actually, our most profitable platform is our own website. And to be honest, the fact that we get daily sales on our website and I'm not doing any advertising at all, I actually think is quite incredible. So I want to utilize things like SEO and Pinterest to help drive more free organic traffic. But I do think I need to start looking at other avenues and potentially advertising. But again, I wonder if it's almost like a bit of a block with me. I'm scared to, I don't want to waste money. So it's tricky. But in the past, Facebook advertising worked really well for us, but it would only work really well for us when we had a sale on. So that's not ideal, because again, making less money and paying for advertising. And the Google ads, we were pretty much bringing in the same that we were spending. So it's great that we were bringing in new customers, which will hopefully come back and talk about us. That'd be great. But we weren't really bringing in any kind of we were just sort of staying static. So I do need to think about other advertising avenues. I've never tried Pinterest ads. I haven't done TikTok ads. So those are things that might be worth trying. And I haven't really explored LinkedIn either, because again, I am starting to offer more services for businesses now. So maybe that's the way to go. I had some interest in my sort of business besties service. I don't really want to call it mentoring or anything like that, but it's more, the way I see it is, sometimes when you're inside your own business, you're too close to it and it's hard for you to see outside of the jar, if you like, when you're inside the jar. This is a metaphor from somebody else, a really good book that you should read actually. So obviously everything that I've achieved with Hubinu, and obviously it's over 13 years. We're still in business after 13 years in a very, very tough climate. We're still turning over six figures, even though we're not profitable, but hopefully this year we will be again. And so those are all things that I think are worthy and noteworthy. We do get regular sales on Etsy, regular sales on our website. So I do think that I can help people. I'd like to think I can help people, but sometimes it's almost like you want to sit down with somebody and have a chat about your business. I love talking about mine, you may have noticed. And then they might be able to offer you a little bit of insight because they're outside the jar, a different perspective, perhaps something that you haven't thought of, maybe some things you have thought of and haven't worked, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. I do want it to be affordable. I don't want it to be too expensive. I'm going to flesh out some proper prices and things because I had some inquiries and I was a bit like, oh, so I will flesh out some proper pricing. And then I might add it to my my buy me a coffee shop, because on there you can add things. You can even add digital products on there as well. So if I ever did an ebook or something like that, I could put it on there. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. It would be great to do that. I'd love to move into to actually get like a proper coaching qualification, or I really want to do retreats and get-togethers, gatherings. That's the thing I'd really like to do. I mean, the gatherings I could probably do quite easily. It would just be a case of organising for everybody to meet in one place and dotting it up and down the country. But yeah, so if you are interested in something like that, in the comments, let me know whereabouts you are, because that would be handy to know. Obviously, not like specifically, but maybe like your area. Like I'm in Kent, so that kind of thing. And yeah, and we'll just see really. But today feels this is a bit of a weird week. Kids are going back to school. Son goes back today. Daughter goes back tomorrow. Back into the routine. We've got those lovely kind of like cozy autumn vibes, but I'm feeling quite hormonally at the moment, so I'm a little bit anxious, don't know what to do with myself, a million things to do but can't seem to drill down and focus, desperately want to have some like headspace, breathing space, but worried about obviously stopping and not doing work. So yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I look like such a mess. I need to have a shower. This is what I look like before I put all the magic stuff on my face. This is my actual face. Oh, somebody placed a very nice order for 20 sloth pins. We like those kind of orders. It's a big one, came through Etsy. That's what I like to see. I haven't put any makeup on. Right. Scaring the people. Okay. I need to go scare the people. I look like I'm auditioning for a Halloween zombie. Do you know I didn't record anything on Monday? Do you know why? Oh, hang on. Switch you on. Do you know why I didn't record anything on Monday?
No, why didn't you record anything on Monday?
Because I didn't get out of my pyjamas until 4 o'clock in the afternoon. At which point, it's almost not worth bothering. But we had somewhere to go in the evening, didn't we? So I did have to get changed.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Otherwise, I'd have stayed in my pyjamas all day long.
I'll be there for you.
No, that's Friends, darling.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's crap as well.
You did not just slag off Friends.
I did, though.
Oh, my God, that's it. So it's over. You're dead to me. I don't know what to say.
It's all right.
That looks good to me. I'm not very good at this manager thing. Do you need like praise? If I go, aren't you a clever little sausage? Does that make you feel empowered?
Oh yeah, I feel like a man. Thanks. I feel like I'd get a man with a clever little sausage. I'm a clever little sausage. Seeks other clever little sausage.
That sounds like an ad.
For mutual bath time submarine hunting.
That seems like an ad on a very special website.
Panda, the love site for bears. No. The love site for everyone. The love site is for people who don't identify as anything. But no, or who do identify but as different things. Panda.
I think you should just stop
Panda,
talking now.
Tinder,
What for the pansexuals?
Blender. Oh my God, Panda for pansexuals.
That's what I said. It's Panda for the pansexuals.
And then for the transsexuals, Trender.
Okay. And what about for the what do they call them?
What?
EM ethical non-monogamy. ENMs.
ENMs would be, because that's all different people in a relationship. ENM, enemies. No, because you wouldn't go out and find an enemy, would you? I really want an enemy in bed.
Sounds like an enema,
yeah,
which is something else entirely different.
Anemones for ENMs.
Yeah.
And then for poly...
Isn't polyamory and ENM the same thing?
Polyamory is where you want...
Oh, that's
ENM's
where you...
where you don't mind sleeping with other people and you don't mind your partner sleeping with other people, or you don't mind your partner sleeping with other people. And polyamory is when you want to sleep with other people, you want them all to come and marry.
You want to be a big family all together.
You want it, and it's usually one man and 34 women. I've never heard of a polyamory relationship with one woman and 4 men. Oh, I'm sure there is one.
So it's 11:30. You've already done a sheet from yesterday that needs to be printed. I've done a load of labels from the stuff you did yesterday. So I reckon I can go and have a shower now.
What are you doing? I'm going to watch a film this afternoon.
You're going to watch a film?
Yeah. I'm doing any of this shit this afternoon. I'm going to watch a film.
You're not doing any of this work stuff.
Yeah, it's got to be some benefits.
Talked about the benefits, didn't we, David? Back scratchy, hair scratchy.
Yeah. I haven't had any of that for...
Lies.
No, it's true.
It's lies. Right, so we've got one order on Not the High Street due to go out. Whoop, whoop.
Yippee.
I think that wins the prize.
Together with a YouTube, we might be able to make £8.
Now that's just ungrateful and rude, isn't it? Rude and ungrateful, David.
I am rude and ungrateful.
Rude and ungrateful. You are Victor Meldrew. That's what you are.
Yeah, I am.
And your finest Victor Meldrew impression?
I don't believe it.
No, that's Prince Charles. Oh, sorry, King Charles now.
4291. That was the number. No, King
Yeah.
Charles. Yeah, yes, I don't know. Harry, I'm awfully upset. Your mother and I have been talking, and unfortunately, I'm still the king, and you're 47th in line, but your brother is number 1.
Right, there's 3 orders on Etsy.
I loved the Queen though.
The Queen was amazing. You can't do the
Philip.
Okay.
Philip.
You can do the Queen apparently. I like the Queen.
Philip. I liked Philip as well, but I have to say, I know it's not. Everybody ages, right? But some of those last pictures of him, he looked like the Crypt Keeper. Like he looked like the end boss from. I've fought stuff in World of Warcraft that's been in tombs that look better than that. Apparently, one of the maids. I heard this. I don't know if this is true, but one of the maids actually screamed when she walked through the door, and he almost ran into her. But so would I in the dark, like Nosferatu. Ah, Christ! It's me, the monarch. Get my tea.
My favourite.
Oh, no, that's Charles as well.
Still...
Oh my God, a conversation between the two of them. Charles, get my tea. No, father, you get my tea. Get my fucking tea. Don't answer me back. You know that. Yeah.
There's 3 orders on Etsy we've got to do for today, darling.
Okay, sorry.
No! How have they ordered a tiny? We don't have a tiny.
Go away with your tiny.
Oh,
Eat my shorts.
2 ferrets of bum wipe. Oh, how has this happened? It is a catastrophic disaster of epic proportions. That's a little bit over the top. It's not really. Oh, I was going with I'm coming out and you better get this party started. to my usual routine of walking with my daughter to school. It's Friday already. I don't actually think I've recorded that much this week. I need to have a look. So it's been a bit of a all over the place week. I had a nice rest day yesterday, which I think was really needed. And I've started to collate sort of like a map of the UK and where all the small business owners are located. I put a post up on Instagram yesterday and asked whereabouts everybody was in the UK. So like I'm in Kent, for example, and loads of people shared their location. So I started to compile this thing on Google Maps of where everybody is. And what I'm looking for are like the little clusters of people. And then I'm hoping to arrange sort of like a casual meetup in their sort of nearest big city, which I think would be really cool. I'd love to do that next year or possibly this year, depends on how close to Christmas we can go. So yeah, it was really cool actually. Loads of people replied. I'll put a picture up of the map as I have it at the moment. So if anybody wants to be added to the list, you can DM me on Instagram and let me know, and I'll get you added on there. And yeah, I kind of want to be like, I want to, you know, want this kind of business besties thing to like become a thing. And I'd love to do retreats in the future with like peer-to-peer mentoring and stuff like that. I think small business life is so lonely, so I'd really like to help bring people together, and I do like organising things, so we'll see. But yeah, so I don't really know what to do today. I've obviously got orders and stuff to send. I started to work on an idea yesterday, but it just really wasn't working. I can't just draw straight onto the iPad. I have to draw something in pencil first and then take a picture of it and then trace it. I can't just draw straight onto the iPad. It always looks rubbish. It's really annoying. I don't know if the sound's going to be any good. I don't know. I obviously haven't got my mic with me. I am sitting on a bench outside a church. You can see it behind me. Isn't it lovely? I've got some time to kill while I'm waiting for somebody. So I'm just enjoying like the sound of the wind in the trees, the nice breeze, the peaceful location. I've got my book, replying to people on Instagram. It's peaceful. I love autumn. It's like I remembered every time how like this is my favourite season. I love everything about it. I really want to go visit New England in America at autumn because I feel like that would be amazing. But there's somebody coming now and I'm talking to myself, which will look weird, so I'm going to put this away. There's a really, really nice beach here. We went for this walk the last time we were here. It's right by Walmer Castle. It's a really nice walk. I haven't got time to do it all today. I was just kind of enjoying the peace and quiet. But yeah, I love walking in nature. Like forest walks, seaside walks. I prefer it when it's not too hot, so this kind of weather is perfect for me. But it's just such a lovely area. I'd love to live somewhere like this. It's really, really lovely and peaceful and quiet and really nice. I'm always fascinated by the different areas that people live with, especially when people live in different countries, to see like what their transport is like and you know, what the houses are like and how different the roads are and just how things are different in different places. When we went to Bruges, David and I, a couple of years ago, I got like ridiculously excited because they had a double-decker train, and I'd never seen anything like that before, which was pretty cool. Tunnel, interesting. I just think there's something so peaceful about being around nature and trees and the sea and stuff. I mean, I don't swim in the sea very often, I don't go to the beach very much, but I like the fact that it's there. So I don't know how I'd feel if we moved away from the sea. But yeah, I love nice autumn walks, my favourite. But you just can't beat the autumn. It's the perfect season, not too hot, not too cold. Everything's crisp and fresh. It just makes me want to snuggle up with a big blanket, watch Gilmore Girls, have a hot chocolate with marshmallows and read a book. I have actually taken a little bit more time out this week, and I have found it so much more beneficial. I've really enjoyed having walked outside and just taking a little bit of a step back from the business and not thinking about work all the time. I definitely think it was needed. So yeah, it's been really nice, and I hope to carry on doing more of that next week as well, because before we know it, it's going to be Christmas and it's going to be busy, hopefully. There's no room for me on the sofa because you sat cross-legged. It's like we're in a musical. Just sing
I
everything.
think there's enough room. I think we don't have to be squashed up together, surely.
Like this.
Yeah. No.
How about like this?
Yeah, we don't have to do that.
No?
I don't think.
Not like this? No?
I don't think so.
Do you feel uncomfortable?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Moody David. David's moody. It's the morning and he didn't sleep very well. Even though we did all the things. We opened the windows, we had the door open. He's really struggling with waking up in the middle of the night. This is totally off topic, by the way. We're actually going to be talking about how much money we made in August. But just because you were looking so tired.
Yeah.
And
what?
Not your usual effervescent self.
I'm tired. I'm so tired. Honestly, I'm really tired.
And you've had coffee.
Sorry?
And you've had coffee.
Yeah, I had coffee.
Did you wake up in the night?
I wake up at 5:30 to go running. Yeah, that's choice. 4:15 or whenever it is, I actually wake up. That's not a choice. That's just waking up.
But see, this is the contrast.
We've had my prostate examined.
Please stop pointing down there.
That's where it is. Sorry, we've had my prostate examined. And we've discovered that it's not that that's waking me up. I'm just waking up.
But what's really interesting is the mixture of our ADHD. I cannot go to sleep, and it takes me ages to go to sleep, and I toss and turn about 9 million times.
You woke me up last night, I'll tell you that.
With the tossing and the turning.
Not tossing, but you woke me up.
I literally, it was like you'd been asleep for 15 minutes.
Yeah, but if I'm asleep for 15 minutes, that's me getting into ready to be
Right,
asleep. It
but
took
David,
me another hour to get to sleep after you woke me up for 15 minutes.
If you go to sleep at 9 o'clock, you know, I do exist. I'm trying to, you know. But yeah, so I took forever to go to sleep. See, what normally happens is I'll take forever to go to sleep. I'll finally get to sleep, and then he'll wake me up.
Because she's woken me up already when she came to bed.
So
I've slept on the sofa.
It's revenge waking.
I had one really good night's sleep on the sofa and got really excited that the sofa might be my new home. And then the following night, the sofa let me down. And
I have to say, the night when he slept on the sofa, I had a really good night's sleep as well because nobody woke me up. I got to starfish in the bed, and I put the Gilmore Girls on, and I fell asleep to the Gilmore Girls.
My bits were in the crack of the. My bits were in the crack of the sofa. That's nothing dirty. But my bits were in the crack.
Stop!
I woke up in the middle of the night. On the night I didn't sleep on the sofa well, I woke up and my bits were in the crack, and that's I think why
I'm
I didn't
sorry.
sleep
Why
well.
are you sleeping naked on the sofa that other people have to sit on?
Because it feels nice.
Right. You may notice, that it looks slightly different, the lighting now, and David now has a glass of wine. That's because we recorded this morning and it didn't record. So we recorded the first little bit, and then I opened the laptop, it connected to the phone, and it shut the phone off, and it didn't record anymore. So, so David took that quite hard. He wasn't happy about that.
So I'm a perfectionist and a diva.
A diva.
And I shoot these like I'm on a Hollywood film lot.
Yeah, you should see him doing pig and chicken.
And as soon as it didn't work, I'm like, I'm going back to my trailer. No, I'm going back to my trailer and I don't want to be disturbed again. I'm not doing another take today. Right? I'm not a piece of meat.
I've managed to convince him that we have to...
And I'm not a piece of meat.
No, I've managed to convince him we have to record it now because I want to put the video up tonight.
So I said...
So it's already late because it's, like nearly 5 o'clock now, which is when I normally put them up.
So I said I'm not sitting here.
Unless I provide him with a vat of wine. which I have. Plus, we've just walked to the next town over and back, and I am hot, sweaty, and I want to get my pajamas. So
I feel the same as I always feel.
Desolate, despair.
Total despair, like, but with wine. And now at least I have you lovely people to talk to.
Yes, you do. You lovely people. See?
Yeah.
Isn't that wonderful?
Like and subscribe. No, not that one.
Thumbs down. We don't like the
like
thumbs
and
down.
subscribe. Who goes on to a YouTube video
People do.
and clicks dislike?
If you look back through our videos, we have got a couple of, not sure. I mean, is it like they slipped? Did they mean to? Right. Okay. So this segment is going to be about, did we make profit in August?
Yawn. I'm guessing the answer's no, isn't it?
So we actually made a profit in July. Now I thought it was £45 and then I forgot that we'd had an order come in on Fair. So I've put that in and it was actually £85 profit we made.
£42.50 each.
No, that's not how it works. We talked about this last time, remember? We don't automatically get the profit. The profit goes into the business.
Anything over the profit we share, right? That's the agreement. And there's now, there's 3 of us in the company. Yes. I forgot. My best friend.
We've got a
My best friend is the other director.
Yes, he owns 10%.
So my lifelong best friend, love you, dude, is the third.
You know who you are.
You know who you are. Is the third director of Hubanu. And so actually it's a 3-way split. So now it's 20 quid again.
He gets 20%. No, he gets 10%, 10%, 10%. Anyway.
10% of our 5%.
No, it doesn't work like that, darling. So the company makes a profit and at the moment we're still in a deficit because in April we did it was minus £2,000 that we made that month. Because we still had Phoebe.
Trying to tell people how to run a...
No, we're not trying to tell people how to run a business. We're explaining how we're running ours, how we've been having some difficulties, what we think has gone wrong, and how we're trying to fix it.
Chiara does a lot of this on her own because I'm like, right, some of you have been watching Pig and Chick, and I'm really, really grateful for that. And I don't know why I call it Pig and Chick now because it's just pretty much me and Chick, and I'm very grateful for that.
That should be the new name, me and Chick.
But in our business, Chiara and I are very much me and Chick in that he's absolutely useless unless I move him and talk for him. And I am absolutely useless unless Chiara does the same for me. So beyond packing the box, this is a channel about a woman struggling through business on her own with this anchor around her leg.
You actually have worked very hard this week and have been very helpful.
I do work hard, but only in the same way as, I don't know if any of you have got those robot hoovers that just chuntle off around the house on their own, but still get the carpet clean. That's me right there.
I'm just going to check it is recording because I'm scared now.
You've left me on my own.
It's fine. It is recording. I'm sorry. I had to check because I had the fear. So,
I have the fear too.
Right. So we actually turned over the least amount of money all year so far.
I thought it was going to be good news, a bit more good news.
So £7,659 in total. Now August is always quiet, but it's never been
Isn't
that
it
quiet.
Usually about 10 though?
Well, hasn't been that for a while. Last month was 8,286. June was 9,206. May was 8,981. April 9,359. We haven't. I mean, we used to turn over 13,000, 14,000 a month.
I really liked it then.
Yes, so did I.
But listen, can you, when it's this low,
yes,
I know you want to do the whole dramatic,
yes.
YouTube, oh wow, look, this is a big shock revelation. But I genuinely didn't know about this beforehand. So when it's this low, if you tell me beforehand, then I can prepare a reaction rather than just going, oh shit, that's crap. Because
okay, but the good news is we made a profit.
How?
Because we sold some equipment.
Oh, that's not good.
There was only one piece of equipment.
That's not fucking good. Oh my God, that's not good. Chiara, that's not good news.
Look.
Oh, that's... Right, listen to me. Yeah?
It's getting us through the lean months,
no.
Okay?
Right, listen.
The lean months towards Christmas.
If I had an ice cream van business and I said, oh, we've sold hardly any ice cream this month, but I've solved that and I've managed to get us into profit. I sold the van. Then that would be the stupidest possible thing because I'd be walking around with ice cream.
It's a piece of equipment that we don't use.
What was it?
The foiling machine. So I've sold it to another lovely small business who I know is going to get a lot of use out and it's going to make a big difference to their business. So I'm really happy about that. I
didn't even know about it.
Yeah. It was,
Hope you're enjoying the foiling.
well,
Who was
she's
it?
coming to collect it next week.
She's coming here.
Yeah. Might be on the vlog. Who knows? If she wants to be.
Right.
Anyway, so yes, so sold
Did
that
you
for...
meet her off here?
Yeah, we met at Stationery Fest.
Are you meeting people from
Yeah.
this?
I'm
From
making
YouTube?
friends.
Are you?
Yeah, it's great, isn't it? We'll talk about my map later. Map of
Does anybody
creatives.
want to hang out? I haven't got any friends.
Can we just
Not
try
anymore.
to stay on topic? Right. So
Yeah.
So we sold the equipment for £300. So actually, we made like £452 profit, which is still an improvement on last month.
Yeah.
Now, ironically, we did that in a different way. So sales obviously are down because the revenue is down. So down on High Street, down Etsy, down a website.
Like and subscribe. Learn from us.
However, we did make £136 on TikTok Shop. And that was from one live. Now, I really wanted to do more lives. I planned to do lives all this week. But this week I have had zero energy, like literally nothing. I am struggling to stay awake right now while I'm talking to you. And I slept well last night. So I'm just very lethargic at the moment.
Don't worry.
But no, my period's due. So I think that's why I'm so tired. You made a face.
No, the face I was making was about the wine.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
What is it? You say what you like about periods.
I will. Don't you worry.
What is it? What do you want to say about the periods?
I'm
down with periods. I'm in touch with that side. I have an anal fissure.
No,
can I just please?
About the
and that bleeds as much from the back as Chiara
it doesn't.
No, I've had,
No.
and it is from hard rubbing. It's not from anything else. I'm just letting.
Can I please? Right, this is what they came here for. Right, if these are new people and they're like, oh, what a lovely looking studio vlog. Wow,
awesome.
They've been really open and talking about their figures. That's really interesting.
Fissures. We're talking about our fissures.
Figures. And then you're hitting them with anal fissures and just, no.
I'm sorry, this is a studio vlog.
This is a very different studio vlog.
And this is Chiara, who...
If you've been with us for a while, it's very different.
He's trying to run a business in very difficult circumstances, and I'm worried that the difficult circumstances are mainly about me. If anyone is watching this thinking I'm just a useless third wheel, I did make millions of pounds when I wrote books for Disney, so I have sort of paid my way a bit here. So that's why she puts up with this, because I'm like a sort of gold mine that ran out. Yeah.
So you provided the income for the family for the first decade.
Yeah, that ran dry.
I've provided the income for the family for the second decade, and now we're kind of providing the income together.
Yeah, I'm like an old well that you went to one day and you're like, oh God, it ran for so many years, but now it's out of water, and now it's just okay to look at. And even that, as I'm getting older, there's more grey, and
we had a great life.
I'm trying to keep that arm.
It was great.
Like really, it's my favourite arm.
Very nice.
It's a cracker. If you don't look at the rest of me and you just look to that arm.
Can I carry on, please?
Please.
Right, so obviously the money that we earned was less. So the reason why I believe that we've made a profit, let me have a look. So obviously less commission to Not the High Street because we haven't sold as much. Less postage because we haven't sent as much. We didn't buy as much stuff this month. So let's have a look at this. Etsy ads are about the same. So, we paid ourselves less.
I didn't even know about that.
Sorry about that. And obviously last month we had the expenses for accommodation.
When you make that decision, do you ever think I should tell him? You know, I should say something to him because look at him wondering where his money is. I should say, I paid you less. Like when you make the decision, do you look at it and think, oh, I'm going to pay us less? And
it was only £100 less. It was like 50 quid each less. That's it.
Well, the 50 quid is a lot of money. If I came home and said, I've lost 50 quid at the supermarket, you'd go nuts.
Yes, but we did get a tax rebate because we've earned so little.
We got taxed by what?
Tax rebate because we earned so little this year. So that kind of made up the difference.
Oh, right. Okay, so we're earning so little that people are giving us money back.
It's fine. Anyway.
Would you know the secret? Do you want to know the secret to profit?
Look, we don't need much.
The secret to a successful small business.
We don't need much.
Earn so little that they give you money back.
We don't need much. All you need is your coffee every day and your bottle of wine and an occasional meal out and some trips to the cinema and we're golden.
I'm going to make this video worth you watching. Listen to this. I'm not joking. Focus, 2 seconds. There's something called Sprive.
Oh, yes. Let's talk about Sprive.
There's something called Sprive. When you buy coffee, like Costa Coffee, when you go out for a meal at like Pizza Express or whatever, when you do your weekly shop at the supermarket, it will pay off your mortgage. It will overpay your mortgage with the amount you buy a voucher to pay for your shopping. The voucher linked to your bank pays for your shopping and then overpays your mortgage.
So I have actually got a referral
Game
code.
changer.
I'll put it in the thing below. And I think when 3 people sign up, I get some money, which is nice. And you get £5 as well, I think, by using the referral link. So how it works is you download the app on your phone, you link it to your mortgage account, and then when you go shopping, so we use the blippy scanny things when we go to the supermarket, so I know exactly how much the shopping is. And then before we get to the checkout, I buy a voucher for however much the shopping is in Asda, Tesco, Sainsbury's, wherever you are. Morrison's. And then when you go to the checkout,
Lidl, Netto.
No, it's not all of them. Netto doesn't exist anymore. Anyway, when you go to the checkout, you press pay with gift card and you scan the barcode and it pays for the shopping, and then you instantly get the cash back, which you can then either withdraw or pay towards your mortgage. And I tested it. Like I did like a tiny little shop, tested it, and then I've paid the money off the mortgage, and I've checked my mortgage account, and sure enough, it's come through as a credit.
So I rack up around about a £28, £30 coffee bill every week just because I have a coffee in the morning at Costa. And Chiara's given me a voucher, which I keep forgetting to use, which is going to overpay the mortgage.
Yeah, so far we've overpaid the mortgage by £9.35 this week.
That's amazing.
So in a month, we could easily pay off £40 to £50.
Which is a big deal, because when you get to the end of the year, you're like, oh, wow, I've overpaid my mortgage. It's better than not overpaying your mortgage.
Well, it's free money, isn't it, at the end of the day?
Yeah. We don't work for this company.
No.
I've just never heard of them before.
Yeah, but if you don't have a mortgage, I think you could just withdraw it as cash back. And
oh, my God.
Money in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. There was something else I wanted to mention, actually, while we're on this topic. So we did a podcast, didn't we? We recorded a podcast.
It was bloody weird.
Together.
Right, so for anyone who's in the thing, in the group,
Patron.
the exclusive members only group that you can only get if you've got like a red hat or something.
No, you just join it. It's free.
Right, is it?
Yeah, it's free to join.
I don't understand all these barriers.
I'm trying to build a community, right? Basically, the podcast was about being self-employed or having your own business and being lonely.
The podcast was weird, right? And let me tell you about the podcast, just a tiny 2 seconds. I've got my coat on, ready to go and get my mum from a party because she still has a social life, even though she's in her 70s. I'm in my slippers on a Saturday night. I'm waiting to go and pick my mum up from a party. Chiara suddenly goes, oh, do you know what? I was thinking of doing a podcast. Boom, here it is, episode 1. Right, so David, I'm lonely. And I'm like, what happened? It's like I've missed an episode or something. So we started talking about loneliness, and she's like, I'm lonely. I'm really lonely. And I'm like, I'm lonely too. Then she told me this creepy thing about how she's stalking people who are following the... What is it?
I've spoken about this earlier on in the vlog, the map that I showed you earlier, where it's all the different creatives. Now, I asked on Instagram and people shared with me their rough location, like, Kent, Surrey, whatever.
Creepy AF.
And I've made this map of where everybody is.
That's normal.
Because what I want to do is arrange meetups. So very casual to begin with. Like we just literally go, let's all meet here. And then we turn up and we chat and it's all nice. And I think I was trying to think of like ways for it not to be awkward, because I've done a few of these before. Like I went up to York once, did one there, and it was sort of like in a room upstairs in a cafe or a coffee shop or something like that. And I think there was like, I don't know, 10 or so of us, and we were all sat around in a circle, and it was a bit awkward and people didn't want to talk and it was a bit uncomfortable, and I came away from it not feeling like yay. And then there's been a couple of other ones. There's like a big organised walks for people who love to wear colourful clothes, and I've been to a couple of those. And again, I think people tend to know each other, so they arrive and then they stick in their little groups, and if you're new, it can be hard to make new friends. So I'm trying to think of like ways around that, like if we were to arrange a meetup, maybe like a WhatsApp group or an Instagram chat beforehand, so that you feel like you know each other when you meet.
I've got 2 things to say.
So London would be I think the first one, because it's near to me and there's quite a few people in that area, where London's about an hour away. And then next year I'd love to do ones further afield so I can have little mini breaks.
I've got 2 things to say. I'm not being sexist, but if I, as a man, went onto YouTube and Instagram and said, I'm compiling a map. Can you please all tell me where you all live?
Yes,
so
but
I
it's
can
a bit
pick
different if I say...
I'd be that... They'd be putting my picture on Facebook going, Has anyone seen this? Does anyone know who this guy is? Right, there's that. Oh, sorry, I'm keeping you up.
Sorry.
But the other thing I would say on a serious note, I do agree with Chiara about the whole awkwardness of when you first arrive at a group, right? I love board games. I'm really passionate about board games. I love them. I've got a huge collection. One of my really close friends asked me to join her board game group, and there's only about 20 or 30 people there. But just those few minutes when you first arrive and have to find what table you're sitting at and meet new people to play a game, I find that so awkward that I don't go. I know I'm an introvert, but I think the difficulty to crack with these meetings
you're not alone in that, though. I think it's walking into somewhere initially, and sort of people looking, and it's just there is something about that is hard, and it's how to sort of navigate that. And then it would be lovely to organise kind of, I don't know, maybe in the future, like a bit more structured events with like talks and stuff would be kind of cool. And then I would love to do retreats. That would be the coolest thing ever, because I've done a couple, which I talk about on the podcast, of retreats, and I would just really like to organise my own, where we just all kind of hang out, people cook for us, and we chat, and we talk about small business.
This is going to be a women only thing, isn't it? If there are any men watching, for the 3 men that follow this channel,
the husbands.
Yeah, the husband probably are. Actually.
We could send you all off on your own retreat.
No, hear me out. Hear me out.
Who would look after the kids?
If anyone has seen War of the Roses, Michael Douglas and Kathleen Turner, not the new one. We've seen that as well, but not the new one. But what about 2 retreats, right? 1 retreat on one side of the valley, stately home, women in business. Another retreat on the other side of the valley, the discarded husbands. Living it up for the weekend.
And what about the children who will be going feral in the middle of somewhere because nobody's looking after them?
A tent in the middle for any child, and the older children can supervise the younger ones.
Oh, that'll end well.
It will be better than the guys looking after the children after a couple of
now,
classes.
You don't know that the other men are not good at looking after the kids. You're good at looking after the kids. You just order them pizza.
I'm suggesting the other men want a break.
Don't they go away on like guys' holidays or men?
I don't know. I don't know any men that go on men holidays.
Maybe you need different friends.
I want friends. That's what. Aren't we doing this so we can make some friends? Okay. You're sticking pins in where people live.
David would like some friends.
I haven't done any of that.
David would like some friends, male friends.
I don't want anybody's. Don't send me your address.
Preferably,
I don't need to know where you live.
Men that were born in the 80s or the late 70s, like wrestling, like board games, like D&D. Yes.
Yes.
Why do you look annoyed?
I'm a nerd that
drinks wine,
recreational activity stuff. So
see, that's the thing. You're a sophisticated nerd because you're drinking wine, not beer.
I'm not. I don't think I can drink beer. It's too man for me.
Right. So there was something else.
I even raised my pinky. Look, is that my pinky? No,
it is your pinky.
That's not my pinky, is it?
No, it's your.
Why
pinky.
is that your pinky?
Because it's called your pinky finger.
Anyway. Yep.
But yes, I've been doing lots of reflecting this week, as you may have noticed some of the conversations.
So pretentious.
Sorry.
Reflect.
I have. I've been working. It's okay. Sorry. No, then fine. I've been working on the business this week. I've been using ChatGPT. ChatGPT has been helping me to analyse the volumes of what we need to sell in order to cover our overheads and then make a profit, which is really interesting actually. And then it's given me advice on, well, maybe you should consider like raising your prices here or not spending so much on advertising here, which I thought was very interesting. And we've been invited into some campaigns by Not on the High Street for Christmas, and when they do that, they put a 35% commission on instead of the 25% commission that we normally pay, which does make it quite hefty. So I was talking to ChatGPT about that, sharing some of the sales that we made last year, and it was basically saying, right, your profit margin on this product is solid, so that should be fine, but on this one you might want to think about raising it. So which was really helpful actually, and very, very good. And then there was a recommendation by another small business to try out this person, because they were basically offering like a free website review. And I thought, okay, why not? So I put my name in and then forgot all about it. And then I got this message kind of sort of out of nowhere, like sometime later. And at first I was like, oh, okay, because she's quite harsh. Quite harsh.
Who is she?
I don't actually know. I'd have to look it up.
Sorry, you don't know who she is?
I mean, I'd need to look.
She
She's
just comes out
no. She's
out
got
of nowhere
a company,
and starts ripping your
and she
website.
helps people to grow their businesses.
Oh, right.
And I would imagine that she offers this like free website review thing because it shows her acumen.
Has the stuff she's suggested?
Well, that's the thing, isn't
good
it?
stuff?
I suppose if you implement the stuff and it works, then you're more likely to go back to her for her paid services.
And did it?
Clever. Well, she made these suggestions, and at first I was like, oh, it's a bit harsh. And then I thought about it. It was like, yeah, but probably fair. So
Harsh but fair.
Yeah. So the suggestions that she's made are actually really interesting. And I think the main thing is, it's like I was talking about before, when you're inside the jar and you can't see outside the jar, and somebody else comes on and helps you, and everybody needs
You're in
that.
a jar.
It's a
What?
thing. It's a thingy. What's it called?
Metaphor.
Yes, a metaphor. Yes,
But
thank
why
you.
are you in a jar though? Inside the shop.
No.
You mean outside the toy shop looking in, or inside the toy shop looking out?
So basically, the answer, the solution to what can make your business better is on the label outside the jar, but because you're inside the jar, you can't see it.
Surely you're the product if you're in the jar.
You're looking a little bit too deep into this now. So when you are inside your own business, it's sometimes hard to see the things that can help. And that is true of anybody. It doesn't matter at what stage you're at. And obviously the same is true for us. I'm too close to my business, so I can't always see what needs to happen. And she basically went through...
Open the jar.
Yeah, open the jar, climb out. She basically went through my website and presented it to me from a customer's perspective. And she was like, you should have your reviews higher. You need to highlight what makes you unique. Why should I trust you? All this stuff.
Why should we trust her? Who is she?
No. Why should we trust why should customers coming onto our site trust our business? They don't know who we are. We could be anybody. We could be charlatans. They don't know.
Charlatans who sell pet tags?
Yes, they just don't know. So it was all really helpful stuff, actually. And so now, next week, I'm going to be implementing those tips, and then I will let you know how I get on. But I was very impressed.
She was.